Hello, I'm Frank McSheen with Square Peg Consulting at the Whiteboard. I'm a supply chain cash guide, and these are the components of the business-to-business supply chain as I see it. And there are opportunities to generate more cash in every part of this process. Let me show you what I mean. In today's session of moving from cost to cash, we're going to focus on an element of the make process that really focuses on increased throughput. And it's called one-piece flow. So that's the tactic we're going to take a look at today. And this applies in production and assembly where there are steps in the process from beginning to the finished product ready to ship. And I just did this with a medical device company where there were 5 steps in the assembly process. And under their old process, they were focused on efficiency. And in doing so, they would have the first step, they would create a batch of the first pieces of assembly. And that would move to the next step, and that batch would get done. Then they would move to the next step, add the additional parts to that batch, move to the 4th step, same thing, and then into packing and ready to ship. And so what happens here, in the interest of efficiency, you're actually slowing down your throughput. And so it's a great example of focusing on efficiency and not productivity. And here's what's happening is this first item here now has to wait for all these items to get completed before it moves to the next step. Now it's down here again waiting for all these to get finished, moves to this step, waiting. Each part is waiting until all the others are finished at each step until you get to ready to ship. And so one-piece flow eliminates the batch approach, and maybe you sacrifice a little bit of efficiency, but you're going to gain significantly in throughput. And this means you take you do the first step, move it to the next step, no waiting, no batches. Move it to the 3rd step, move it to the 4th step, pack, ready to ship. Then the second one, while this is happening, the second one is underway. Move to the next step, to the next step, to the next step, finish, pack, ready to ship. Same thing, one at a time, one step at a time, all the way through. And what you'll find is the cycle time of production reduces dramatically. Throughput goes way up, which is what we're after, the increased contribution per hour. You can try this at home. Just take 5 pieces of paper and make 5 paper airplanes with 3 or 4 folds to them, and do all the first fold in one batch, then move it to the next step, do all the second folds in a batch, then move it to the last step, do the 3rd folds in a batch, and see how long that takes to complete all 5 airplanes. Then do the first fold, move it to the second fold, then the 3rd fold, ready to go. First fold, second fold, 3rd fold. Keep going all 5. You'll find that the time decreases dramatically and throughput increases. Thank you.